Okay. Oh, there's another one. Hold on. Okay. I'm probably going to get more people joining in during this, so I'm just going to get started straight away. So firstly, a little bit blown away. We have 58 people all together in this meeting, which is great. So thanks for obviously seeing the emails out there. I'd have had a couple of people, have had a few people message saying that they couldn't make it, and hence why I'm going to be recording this. I am actually very, very excited over sort of this whole sort of crazy year and a half that we've had. It's given, I suppose, everyone a lot of thinking time about certain things. For me personally, it's where I'm going to be taking our football academy program. Obviously, if you've just come in, we literally are just starting now. So I put something together to obviously show you our future plans of where we are and where we want to go. The self-reflection that I've had is we've had a lot going on, and all of a sudden with what we've created, we're now pulling everything together, and it's going to give you guys, each of you, a pathway and a journey, and it could be for the space of 1, 2, 10 years. It's really giving you, it will give you an idea of sort of where you are and where you can go, which has made it very exciting for me to do. Sorry if you see me hesitate, it's because I'm just trying to get more people in. We're now currently up to 62. So like I said, obviously if you've got any questions, I am going to be hanging around at the end. Obviously fire them in the chat and I can answer them at the end of this. It's only going to be a presentation just to obviously show you what our future plans are of our football academy. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with a program that I've designed. This program will be sent out to you along with some other stuff. For example, not everyone here has our full curriculum, which is a 52-week program of your journey that you've had with us, whether you are a pre-academy, under 5, all the way through to one of our under 16s. But this program actually goes beyond that as well. So it gives you a full understanding of where you are and where you can go with us. This is exciting because this is new. This is something that I haven't seen out there, hence why I was very, very excited to get this done. So another one just joined in. Okay, so we are going to get started. Oh, and another one. Sorry about this. Obviously, if you do drop out, I'll just add you straight back in. So let me share my screen and we can get going. So hopefully you can all see this presentation here. So Complete Football Academy, and the three lads there, obviously at different levels and different ages. And that's where this program is going to show you a little bit more about that. Now, there will be some changes in here, changes good, changes for the better. The first couple of slides are just going to be basically telling you about what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be speaking about, the program itself, the team, where we're training, what we're wearing, a bit more about photography and filming. For me, one of the most exciting parts, Google Classroom, how this program is going to be affecting term time, half-term holidays, and the most important part for me is the development phases that I'm going to be talking you through. So obviously, welcome to Complete. Some of you might have noticed over the past, what was it now, 3 months, that badge has changed slightly from Complete Coaching to Complete, and what we've done, the reason why we've done that is to tie so many different areas into one. So you're here for the football academy that we run, but we obviously have a netball academy, a dance academy, and a variety of other things. So we've gone now to Complete. And obviously this is the beginning. This is the beginning of something new that we are very, very excited about. Something that I just wanted to start with there, a lovely little quote: striving for success without hard work is like trying to harvest where you haven't planted. which I love, which I had to put in there. Now, typically the program that we've been running, some of you might not know how long this has been running for. So just add another person in. We started officially complete in 2009, and the Junior Academy program started in 2014. And last year, we had our first person that joined us with under 8s all the way through to under 16. Which was an amazing experience, but it made me start to think the journey that person has been on, and how we wanted to track and record the success that person has had and the development they have had. But typically our program has been running, it runs term time with half terms and holidays, a chance for people to, hold on, looks like somebody else might have just come in. Enjoy the program. Hold on, I've just got to admit 2 more people. There you go, I'll leave that over there. So our program is obviously, it's been very diverse with how we've done it. This now, what I'm going to be talking about is linking it up and how we want to take advantage of certain things within Complete that we've been trialing and testing over the space of about 3 years. So the team itself, I know a majority of you have met them all before. You've got myself, Chris Hatton, who is the director of football. Newly promoted for September 2021 is Lee Jones, who is now coming in as our academy coordinator. And we have a head coach, Richard Williams, that a lot of you are familiar with. He's been working with a lot of the all of the age groups. Me and Rich actually started this program together quite some time ago, and we've had different locations, different settings, but we've sort of found home now at Frimley Lodge Park. Rufus Brevitt is on there, who works with our college program as the academy manager. Simon Ormston, who is our goalkeeping coordinator and manager of one of our teams, and Ben Hampton, who has just finishing his apprenticeship coaching, who was with us for 3 years in our full-time college football program. As you know, a lot of our coaches safeguard, they've got safeguarding, FA qualified, DBS check, all of that sort of stuff. But what some of you might not know is the background of us working within Premier League clubs. We've coached overseas. Myself and Rich have coached overseas before, and obviously with the experience there of playing and from the Premier League down to non-league clubs, and a few of us have been recognised scouts and formed great links to clubs, which is something that we always want as a pathway for all of our players. Frimley Lodge Park, like I said, is where we found home, and we've run obviously quite a lot at Frimley Lodge Park. Obviously, it's a great facility. A lot of you train down there or play matches down there. We run our full-time college football down there. And I actually had a funny conversation with Rich not long ago about sort of how lovely the setting is, and how sort of privileged we are to have something like that. And I say it's home. We're down there near enough every single day, throughout the day and throughout the evening. So we're very, very proud of the connection that we have with the council, and they're very, very supportive with us. So that is home, and we are taking advantage of that facility a little bit more from September as well. Okay, so obviously a lot of you know that we've had a bit of a struggle in the past with our kit providers. Obviously, kit has now been set up. Nike have actually discontinued a lot of links to a lot of providers apart from ProDirect Football and Discount Football Kits. Now, Discount Football Kits have now linked with us as one of 2 Nike providers, and have formed a shop online, which I know a lot of you have been going on to either purchase some match kit or some training kit, and they put up different packages and different bundles, and it's very user friendly. I've actually made a video recently about how you can go on there and you can access kit and what kit is used for. So I will be telling you later on about in the development phases of what you're going to need kit wise, and we've just recently for our some of our teams have now just taken on an away kit for some of the games we are playing in. But there's the amateur pro and the legend bundles with the training kit. It's Nike or Adidas for me. We've always loved Nike. We've always been with Nike. It's just it's a good kit, good durability within the kit as well. So we've recently, in the past couple of months, just taken on a full-time photographer who you might have noticed down at some of our sessions, who has come in to just capture those moments, those special moments that we've been putting out on social media. I've been sending some directly to you, and she does a great job, and she's going to be used a lot more within the from September 2021. We were one of the first in the south of England to invest in VO, which near enough all the age groups now have experienced of a camera that can video a whole game, track the ball around the pitch, and we use it down at our college program. We use it for some of our teams and our junior age groups when we play teams. But it's a great learning tool to analyze the game, look back at those great moments to try and help players, because quite a few, almost like 90% of people are visual learners, and verbal feedback's great, but visual feedback of trying to get somebody to understand, and we want to take advantage of that. So with photo and video, we're taking it to the next level next year with match analysis and game analysis. Something that we have already invested in is a videographer for September, who, if a lot of the kids have watched, Behind Complete, which is our series for our college program, we want to be able to do that now for our junior age groups, to sort of see what goes on at a typical session, capture those moments, and release a series from September. And our college boys, they're 16 to 18-year-olds. It gets released on a Sunday at 8 o'clock, and they absolutely love it. So photo and video for us is a big it's one of our best attributes. If you don't already follow us on our social media pages, get on there and you can see some stuff. But photo and video is something that we're going to be pushing in all different areas next year, and I want to explain that a little bit more in the development phases. Now, for me, this is I think one of the most important areas. So through the COVID pandemic and all of that, we have been doing a lot of stuff on Google Classroom. Now, as you know, some of our sessions could vary from having 12 boys up to sometimes 20 boys in certain sessions. And sometimes to give players feedback to that is very, very difficult. One of the easiest ways of doing that is through Google Classroom. So we've tried and tested it for over a year now. And Lee Jones, who, like I said, he's going to become the academy coordinator, is going to be almost living behind that screen at times during the day, to be giving the boys a good understanding of how to analyze themselves, get some feedback from session, give some feedback to players. It's just a great way for us to try and develop players. And when I spoke to, when I was speaking earlier about a player that was with us from under 8 all the way through to under 16s, what I hate about myself is, if I would have seen what he was doing on Google Classroom at under 8 to what he was doing on Google Classroom to under 16, we have a whole log of 8 years of the development of what he's done. And that's a great tool for player analysis. 2 areas on the Google Classroom, which I think we're introducing in September, that are going to be very, very beneficial, is different levels of nutrition advice. We have qualified nutritionists within Complete, and we also have PTs that are qualified within Complete. So nutrition to give slow advice, to maybe set programs for players, I think is going to be a big asset. Strength and conditioning exercises, as you saw through the pandemic, if you were tuning into our football academy sessions, we were doing a lot of strength and conditioning and ball work. That's the sort of stuff that's going to be put on Google Classroom for you to follow. We typically only had an hour and a half with most players through the week. And we want to extend that by putting an online platform. So we're actually engaging with children over a longer period of time within the program. It's going to help your game understanding. One thing that I've done is I've had a Zoom call looking back at one of our games, and the players were sitting there watching and having a look at certain parts of the game through Zoom and through our Google Classroom. And it's a great way of sort of gaining some understanding, working on improvements, working on areas. So for me, this is probably one of our, I think, going to be one of our most beneficial areas within the Football Academy, which is Google Classroom, which we have all classrooms set up for all age groups, with all the information that's going on there. And it's great for, you know, the likes of having a bit of team bonding, whether it's quizzes and certain tasks, all relevant to the age group, because each age group will have their own classroom. But Google Classroom is definitely going to be something that's kicking off from September 2021. And Lee done an absolutely fantastic job in it, and we got some great feedback from, obviously, when people were learning at home and isolating and stuff like that. So it's going to be a big area for us. What's changing? So term time. So we have made some session changes to term time from September, which I'm going to be explaining in the timetable later. We have added additional sessions in, and something of where we're taking advantage of Frimley Lodge Park is holding a games night, which I'm going to be explaining to you a little bit more. And that is going to be for certain age groups within the development phase. We want to take advantage of half terms and holidays. Firstly, with half terms, so we have October half term, we have February half term, and we have May, June half term. And in those 3 half terms, for a certain development phase, we want to be running tournaments. For a certain development phase, we want to be running team training. Okay, so our holidays, so Christmas holidays, Easter holidays, summer holidays, everyone within the program has been able to get a 50% discount off all of our half terms and holidays. And I put at the bottom there, playing for the right reasons. Now, our holiday sessions for me is going back to why we are why we play football. It's the fun side of it. It's the enjoyable side of it, playing the games we love, being with the coaches we love. Whereas our half terms are going to be a little bit more structured around player development and team development, and having those experiences of playing within games and working with coaches. You'll understand this a little bit more as we move on to the development phases. Now, this is what I'm really excited about. These are the development phases. So at some point, everyone within this meeting right now is going to be at one of these phases. So we have pre-academy, which is our under 5 to under 7s. We have our junior academy, which is under 8s to under 12s. We have our youth academy, which is under 13s to 16s. And we have our college academy, which is post-school 16 to 19-year-olds. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going through each of these, and I'm going to be explaining what you're going to be getting, what you're going to be getting additionally. And obviously, you now, depending where you sit, obviously have a pathway, have a next step of what you're going to be working towards. So our pre-academy, which are currently training on a Tuesday at the moment, are going to be training for 1 hour a week. Now we train for 36 to 38 weeks of the year, so term time, always at Frimley Lodge Park. If you haven't seen our academy curriculum, it was devised by myself and Rich. It was a curriculum that was very much replicated on the time that we both spent at Fulham. And I do have it up here somewhere, which I can show you a little bit later on. So the train part, we have train, study and compete. The study part is following that online curriculum through Google Classroom. Great way to analyze yourself, great way to get feedback, great way for you to interact with the coaches and start learning about a healthier lifestyle and healthier lifestyle choices. Now the compete, we have now, we don't want to interfere with our training times. So currently at the moment, our pre-academy are going to be training on a Tuesday night. Every Friday, we are now hiring the 3G down at Frimley for our pre-academy. Once every term, possibly twice a term, you'll be competing in games on a Friday evening. And you'll be playing against academy sides, but also elite sides within the local area. It's a great way for us to test ourselves, put everything that we're doing into training, into matches. Now, typically before, we held those matches on training nights, but Fridays now are going to be our games night for the pre-academy. And it's a great chance for us to film with VO, take photos, and obviously do that analysis. During the half terms, we are going to be hosting down at Frimley Lodge Park a tournament for pre-academy. This is where they will spend a day playing against other teams. And during that time, obviously, we're going to be getting a number of teams in there for them to play games throughout the day. And obviously, during the holidays, they still can come along with their 50% discount. And you're paying now what you were paying before, which is that £30 a month. And they pay it on the first of each month for 12 months. Now, the next steps for this is obviously moving on to the junior academy, but our aim and our objective is to try and push these players to the highest possible levels. And during those times at the half terms when we're playing in tournaments, there'll be opportunities where the scouts will be coming down and we can push you on into academy clubs, all right? For those that are pushing on into the junior academy, move on to the next slide. Their training sessions an hour and a half a week term time. Okay, they will also be entered into the tournaments on the half terms, and I'm going to be showing you the timetable for that later on. They will also be playing in those games on a Friday evening, either once or twice a term. So every age groups from pre-academy to junior academy will have an allocated time. So with that, you've got junior academy, the pre-academy. You've got under 8s, under 9s, under 10s, under 11s, and under 12s. That's 6 age groups. We typically have 6 weeks to a term, and you're all going to be having a games night on a Friday, which doesn't interfere with your training times. Once again, for the junior academy, it's a great chance for us to film, video, and take photos. The study program online through Google Classroom is there, following the same stuff with nutrition. It'll all be tailored to your age group. So don't think that you're an under 8. You're going to be getting the same advice and the same feedback as you would if you were an under 12. Okay, and the next steps from that. So the junior academy is under 8s through to under 12s. The next steps from that is our youth academy. Now they are training twice a week, okay, for 1-hour sessions. All right. They will be in the half terms and in the half terms, they'll be training with their manager and with their coaches for a whole day at no extra cost. So they'll be coming down, they'll spend a full day with their coaches, working on the areas of the game as a team. All right, this youth academy will be competing at the weekends. So North East Hants every weekend, which with our age groups under 13s, 14s, 15s, and 16s, we're saying that 25% of your games are going to be filmed, whether that's home or away. We'll also be playing in summer tournaments for pre-season preparation, once again at no extra cost. The training at the half terms with your manager at no extra cost. Now, this is our biggest step forward. I have now been coaching a team for 3 years, and it's been brilliant. It's been trialed and tested. Simon is currently doing an under 12s, going to under 13s. We have an under 14s, under 15s team being started, and we have an under 16s. So you can see the progression, you can see the development there, all the way through from pre-academy to junior academy to youth academy. What is slightly different to this program compared to typical grassroots is the training that you're receiving, the coaches that you're receiving that training from. We'll be training on 3G facilities all year round. So typical grassroots clubs will potentially be training in the autumn and spring term on 3G pitches or AstroTurf pitches, and then they might go to grass. We'll be training on 3G facilities all year round. And that's obviously the same with our half terms as well. Now, with the players that are with the squads that are playing in the North East Hants, your cost of this is including your affiliation fees, it's including your referees' fees, it's including our pitch hire fees and all that sort of stuff. So you can see how for the boys that have been playing currently, we're adding a lot more to this program. this is what I'm really excited about. It gives us something now in training to work towards. The training that you'll receive is going to be, and I'll be showing this later, on a Tuesday and a Thursday with your games on a Saturday. Training sessions on a Tuesday potentially would be fitness training followed by skills, finishing and functional practices, whereas your Thursday training will be phases of play and gameplay, getting yourself prepared and ready for the games on a Saturday. So that's how the training is going to be working. And like I said, we're going to be following a full curriculum, which we have created and which I will try and show you towards the back end of this presentation, but it gives you an idea of what we are working on each session, so you know. Okay. And the progressions for that, we currently have now since 2014 a college academy. So as you're working through those age groups in the youth academy, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, you have the option to come into a full-time college football program, which is where you'll be training every day, 2-hour sessions with our coaches on the 3G. During the half terms and holidays, we attend trial sessions for academy years. They gain work experience by coming into work at half-term holiday camps. We play in showcase games for the boys that are looking for international scholarships. What they study on those programs is an NCFE level 3 extended, which is equivalent to 3 A levels. They have the option of studying A levels on that program. They obviously get quite in-depth nutrition, strength and conditioning program, and they get to undertake coaching badges as well. Now, where you might enjoy this program, it's obviously a government funded course. We are an independent college provider. The only thing that you will be paying for is for kit and when we go on an Easter tour. They play in leagues on a Wednesday morning and a Friday morning, but I wanted to explain this to you all because it gives you an idea of where we can go. We do play against National League sides, and Aldershot, Sutton, Maidenhead are just a few. And progressions from this program is obviously going on to university. A lot of the players go to USA on the scholarships, sports coaching apprenticeships and traineeships. And what we do have is a great link with myself being first team management down at Frimley Green, and also the under 18s manager. The players from there can then start playing in under 18s, under 23s and first team football at a local area, which semi-professional as you can be paid. So this might look a lot to you, but right now, if you just focus in on that orange colour there, that is typically what we would do for a college programme. If you then go to the blue areas, our pre-academy training sessions will be happening on a Monday between 5:30 and 6:30. We will be putting up study programmes for that pre-academy on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then obviously the games, when it comes around for their games on a Friday, will be happening between 5 and 6 on a Friday. Move over to the red, the junior academy. Under 8s and under 9s will be training on a Monday from 5 till 6:30 for an hour and a half. The junior academy will be training 4:30 till 6 on a Wednesday for under 10s, 11s and 12s. They both have their study hours, and obviously then there's a chance for you to play your termly matches on a Friday. If you move over to the youth academy, they'll be training on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So they have their own quarter where they'll be training with their managers. And then they have their study on Wednesdays and obviously their games on Saturdays and also study on Fridays. Now for the youth academy, what we have decided to do is there will be some people that are currently as an under 13, 14, 15 or 16 that are probably happy with playing with their teams they are currently at. But at those age groups, 13s, 14s, 15s and 16s, we'll be offering out 3 spaces, almost like a scholarship place for 3 players to come and train with the team on a Tuesday and a Thursday, as well as obviously playing for their teams on a Saturday. So they will be hand-selected individuals that will be able to come into those sessions. We're currently starting at 3 people of each age group to begin with. That could potentially be extended, but we didn't want to close the door on people that are just looking for some structured training that they've had for quite some time. But obviously the benefits of being in that youth academy is you're training twice a week to then go and play on a Saturday. And at the bottom there, you can see the Frimley Green under 18s, when they progress on, will be playing their matches on a Monday and they'll be training on a Wednesday. So as you can see, it's turned into a very, very, very busy week. But there's a lot going on, whether that's at home study, training, matches, and that's how we're changing our program going forward. If I quickly just move on to the half-term timetable, this is what a typical half-term timetable is going to look for all of the age groups. So on a Monday, we'll be running a college trial. So if you're in year 11 and you're looking at joining the college program, you come in for a trial on a Monday morning. The youth academy will take up a Tuesday slot where they will train with their managers from 10 till 3, as we said before, at no additional cost. And that will be high intensity training, obviously preparing for games and working on fitness and different functional skills, shooting, finishing within your teams. The pre-academy and junior academy on a Wednesday, the pre-academy and junior academy under 8s on a Wednesday will be running their tournaments against other teams. And then the junior academy under 9s, under 10s on a Thursday. And on a Friday, the 11s and 12s. And they are running from 10 till 3 as well. So it'll be jam-packed with loads of matches against some local sides and against some other private academies. Something that we didn't have before. We have done it once before with a couple of age groups, but it gives us a chance to work with those junior academy and pre-academy players in a competitive environment. This is something that I wanted to say. This is a program for all. You're always one decision away from making a completely different life is a quote that I wanted to talk about with change, but I wanted to give you an understanding. If you're looking at this program and you think you love the idea, but you can't quite do it and you need some help, you need to talk to us, okay? Whether that's financial or whether that's anything to do with the timings around it, you just need to talk to us. With regards to where your age group's going to be training from September. And like I said, financially, you need to make sure you speak to us first because we want to make this program and this development phase for everyone. Future plans. So we're talking about September 2021, but I'm already starting to think about where I want to take this. With our youth academy, I'm already starting to look into tours. We go on tour with our college program at the moment. I'm looking at tours for our youth players and maybe even our junior academy players as well. We want to start incorporating some team bonding, whether that's with our youth academy, pre and junior. We want to be running our own tournament, our summer tournament, obviously at Frimley Lodge Park for all of our age groups. That's our future plan. And the biggest one, which a lot of people have already started to ask ourselves about, but we are taking small footsteps forward, is looking at our junior academy and looking at teams. So looking where our youth academy is now going, potentially looking at where we can take that with our junior teams. Now, what I really like with our junior academy, which is under 8s to under 12s, is that you are currently playing within your teams and you are receiving that specialist coaching from us. But when you get to under 13s and you go into 11-a-side, we are there, we are prepared. We've been doing it for 3 years now about taking you on to that next level, working with coaches, which typically aren't, your dads and mums and dads that take your sides. We are independent coaches. We are qualified. We are highly experienced. And future plans could be that our junior academy is going to take that pathway as well. There's just a little bit there just about, obviously, our social media side of it, which we are very proud about and which we will always put. I want to quickly just show, for the people that haven't received it before, this is what we call, this is our under 7s to under 8 academy program. So it goes through many different things here, but the different areas that we will look to work on with an under 7 to under 8, which is football movement, technical practice and all that sort of stuff. But more importantly, we go through what we're working on each week throughout the whole year. So 52 weeks, and that's including the half terms and the holidays, different tactical themes, defending themes. This is all accessible to players on the Google Classroom, so you know what is coming up, what our focus is, etc., etc. But for those that haven't received that before, that is that is our program there. So as you can see, this is why I'm so excited. We're now linking everything up together. Obviously, our dream is to push everyone to the highest possible level. And if I can just imagine now seeing somebody come in at whether it's an under 5 all the way through to under 16s and beyond, if we've got a portfolio of everything that you've done, and let's say that you push on into a club and we can see that growth and see what you've done, that's the bit that I'm looking forward to, whether it's watching what we're doing online, seeing how you're changing through matches. The biggest bit of advice I give to everyone whenever we're filming, whether it's using VO or photos, keep as much information as you can. So, build up that portfolio. We'll be pushing as much out there as possible. So that is where we are at the moment with this program. This is why we're super excited about it. And yeah, I'm excited. I have been running trials for 13s, 14s, 15s, and 16s for our youth academy. I will be sending out information for people that will be confirming their place for next season. And obviously, if anyone's got any questions, throw them in the chat. Hopefully questions that, other people, it will help other people as well. So yeah, so let me just go through it. There's quite a few questions coming up here. Let me have a look. Will there be a full team with a goal if they did sign up? What happens if there are too many in a team? So with regards to, someone's asking, obviously, if there's 30 kids that would sign up for, I'm assuming it's the academy program. Sorry, the youth academy. With the youth academy, obviously we are hand selecting players to come in. We are given the possibility of additional players to train, but we're keeping that at 3 spaces at the moment. We obviously wouldn't take on 30 players for one team. In the worst case scenario, if we've got a big intake of players within, we could potentially look at a second team, but at the moment we're looking at one team for the 13s, 14s, 15s and 16s. My son already plays for a team in the top division of the under 14s and moving to the under 15s, North East Hampton on Saturday. I'm assuming the decision whether he continues with the team or plays in the under 14s. Expect division. For the so someone's asking if they're making a decision, they're 14s going 15s next season. They're currently playing in a team. Yeah, so he obviously, his decision whether he, if we offer him a place next season, then he can come and play for Complete. We have actually now affiliated with the FA to start our own club, so it's called Complete FC. So he can make that decision to play with his team and then potentially come and train with us if we offer him a place. Or do you expect the team to? We don't actually know what division we are going into as of yet. Typically, like I did with my under 16s next season, when we first entered into the division, they sort of go on the first few games to see how they get on. We're currently in Division 1 of the under 16s and in Division 1 of the under 13s next season. We will be pushing with the ability that we've already seen for the 14s and 15 to be going into a high division because we do have some great players. How long are the study sessions for the youth academy, please? These sessions aren't live, so you can do them in your own time. I don't see them being too strenuous. So, for example, it could be that we're looking for a little bit of session feedback, player feedback, so your players can go online and give us some feedback. We don't obviously want it to overwhelm and overtake any sort of homework that you're doing at school and stuff like that. That's not what we're here for. It's, if anything, it should be an enjoyable thing for them to do. So that's where we are looking at that. Is there an option? Yes to that one. I think I've already answered that one. Will Ball Mastery still be on a Thursday? Currently, at the moment, it won't. That has been in discussion. So we've been doing additional sessions for Ball Mastery on a Thursday. We did have a conversation about potentially trying to run one on a Friday. One thing that we will do is, in the event, which I don't think will happen, there won't be a game for either a pre-academy 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12. but it's your slot within there. We will either run an additional session or we will run a ball mastery session there. So that is that one. When will the emails be coming out for the under 14s? After this, I'm looking at sending them out tomorrow. Yes, so with regards to people that have trialled already, we will be in contact with you over the next couple of days to send out confirmations for your place in the academy. When will you pick the 3 spaces? Once we've finalised our teams for the youth academy, we will then pick spaces for that. In the youth academy, how many keepers are in a squad? Typically 1. We haven't had interest in more than 1 goalkeeper for each one at the moment. When we have that dilemma, we will look at it. But for us, players that goalkeepers these days have got to be just as good with their feet as their hands. So if there was 2 people that were keen on goalkeeping, there could be a chance of them mixing and playing out on pitch and in goal. But typically, we would only take on 1. Something I did forget to mention. So on the Tuesday and on the Thursday for the youth academy, where we have 13s, 14s, 15s and 16s, those goalkeepers will be breaking off for half an hour sessions on a Tuesday and a Thursday with Ben Hampton, who is one of our goalkeeping coaches, who will be doing specific goalkeeping sessions for the youth academy goalkeepers, by the way. I forgot to mention that. It was in the timetable. Would the goalkeeping sessions follow a similar pathway? Yes, hopefully that has helped. But we still have our other goalkeeping sessions on a Monday and a Wednesday with Simon. Yeah, I think I've answered that question as well. Under 14 on a Saturday, would they still be able to play? We will be selecting individuals for that. We're starting with 3 players to come in, so we'll be in contact with that. Someone's asked a good question for the college academy. How many GCSEs do you have to have for the college academy? We look for students to get a pass on maths and English, so that's a level 4 and above. If you don't reach that, we can do a resit with you and tutor to do that, but it makes it a lot easier if you can knuckle down and get your GCSEs for that. The youth under 14s next season, does it mean that only... obviously, that's a time. So, for example, someone's asking, will the under 14 games next season only be on a Saturday? Well, we play in the North East Hampshire, which is on a Saturday, but the times that we have at the half terms could be a great time for us to either do team training, or we could train in the morning and then potentially play against other academy sides in the afternoon. We also want to try and include some team bonding sessions within that as well for the academy as well. Do we need to, if you want to be considered for one of those 3 places to train with the remaining of the club? You can. We are going through all of our lists over the next couple of days, and we will be in contact with you about that as well. I think I've answered that one. So with regards to the youth academy setup, it is £50 for the month, and that is including obviously everything with regards to registration, training costs for the 2 sessions, and obviously everything that's happening at the half terms and the holidays and stuff like that. Do you have any affiliations with local scouts and academies from Southampton and Chelsea? Yes, both of them, and obviously quite strong ones with Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brighton, and other ones like that. Is the kit included within the cost? So we purchased the kit for the youth academy. So I've got one that's just been delivered today for the under 13s next season. So we got a sponsor for that one, Best 4. So we do go out there looking for sponsorships, but we do get the kit for the youth academy within that as well. The only additional parts that you would pay for is the training kits, which obviously I showed you the links on there. Do you have links with Manchester United? Unfortunately, I don't. Okay, so obviously, if there's any questions that I have missed, so hold on. Someone said under 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s train together or separately? No, so they will train separately with their manager and with their coaches on a Tuesday and a Thursday. So they don't train together; they train separately. being under 7. We'll try with someone being under 7, will they be able to join next year? Yeah, of course they will. Do we need to get hold of who else? Do we need to get hold of anyone else being picked in the 16 team? No, we'll all be in contact with you guys over the next couple of days for everyone that's been trying out for the youth academy. So I think that might be it. Obviously, is there any other questions? Just obviously, majority of you have got my number or my email. Just drop me an email and I'll get back to you about that. It is going to be a crazy couple of days sending out a lot of information and emails and stuff. I know a lot of you are a little bit worried. I think the ones that are worried are the ones that, especially in the youth academy, with the youth academy, a lot of you that are training with us that are currently with teams, you're a little bit worried about those 3 spaces. Please don't panic. We're going to do our best to accommodate the 3 players. And like I said, it's starting at 3, and then potentially we could open it up to maybe 4 or 5. But I will be in contact with you a little bit more about that. Okay. So, cool. As you know, super excited about everything that we are going through with this transition. I do believe it's going to be the future of almost like professional grassroots football. I'm really excited about everything that's going to be happening with it. I will send out the information, the program that I've explained to you, so you can have a little read back. And I'll also send you a copy of this video as well, so you can have a little look through. But yeah, brilliant. Any other questions, just message me, guys. And my email is chris@completecoaching.org.uk. But thank you for coming in. It's been brilliant to talk to you all. And I will be in touch. Myself, Simon, and everyone else will be in touch. So, yeah, thank you very much. And I will see you all very soon.